Hello friends, welcome to Nifty Technical and Option Chain Analysis. Before we start our option chain analysis, let's see what has Nifty done today. So if we see yesterday's closing, that is around at 11,905, and if we see today's opening, that is around at 11,879. It means almost 26 points of gap down opening. Now if we see in the very first 50-minute candlestick chart, that Nifty tried to go clearly upside. But if we see 3 days back, that from 11,912 to 11,925 was a strong resistance zone for the Nifty. So we can clearly see that Nifty faced the resistance to at this zone, and finally Nifty started the downside. But as we have discussed yesterday, that 11,850 is going to be a very strong support for the Nifty. So we can clearly see that around 12, Nifty made a low of 11,854 and then started finally the upside. And we can see that Nifty again tried to go further upside to this resistance zone, but it was rejected, and finally Nifty closed around it 11,912. So now let's go to the option chain and we'll try to find out support and resistance for the 12th of November. So as we can see that Nifty closed around at 11,913. So we'll start our analysis at 11,900. First of all, we'll study the puts to find out support, and then we'll study the calls to find out resistance. So if we see at strike price 11,900, we can see the net change is minus 14 and the change in open interest is plus 6.6 lakh contracts, and the cumulative open interest is almost 19 lakh contracts. So over here we can see that put writers or put sellers sold the contracts. Reason being, we can see the net change is minus 14 and the change in open interest is plus 6.6. Now what is the thinking of put writers or put seller? Put writers or put seller will sell the contracts only when they feel that Nifty is going to sustain above to this strike price 11,900. Now if we see it further down at 11,850, we can see the net change is minus 13 and the change in open interest is plus 6.8 lakh contracts, and the cumulative open interest is almost 11 lakh contracts. So again we can see that put writers or put sellers sold the contracts at this strike price. And if we see further down at 11,800, we can see the change in open interest is plus 5.6 lakh contracts, and the cumulative open interest is 17 lakh contracts. So after studying these three strike prices, we can clearly see that 11,900 is going to be a very strong support for the Nifty. Reason being, if we see the highest cumulative open interest is still at strike price 11,900, and if Nifty try to go further down, then 11,850 is going to be a next support, and if Nifty further try to go down, then 11,800 is going to be a very strong support for tomorrow. Now let's go to the call side and we'll try to find out resistance. So if we see at strike price 11,900, we can see the change in open interest is 4.9 lakh contracts, and the cumulative open interest is almost 14 lakh contracts. And as the net change is minus 15, it means the call writers or call seller sold the contracts at this strike price 11,900. Now, if we see further down at 12,000 strike price, we can see the change in open interest is minus 80,000 contracts, and the cumulative open interest is 25 lakh contracts. And as the net change is minus 11, it means the call buyers who bought the contracts at strike price 12,000, they have unwind their position. Reason being, we can see the net change is minus 11 and the change in open interest is minus 80,000. It means the call buyers unwind their position at this strike price. Now, if we see further down at 12,050 strike price, we can see again the call unwinding. Reason being, the change in open interest is minus 1.18 lakh contracts, and the net change is minus 8. It means the call buyers unwind the position at this particular strike price. Now, if we see further down at the strike price 12,100, we can see the change in open interest is only 39 lakh contracts, and the cumulative open interest is almost 18 lakh contracts. This indicates that call writers are selling the contracts at the above strike price 11,900. So 11,900 is going to be a very crucial strike price. So after studying this option chain, if we want to bound the Nifty in a range, then according to my analysis, this is going to be a 11,800 to 12,000. So friends, this is just my analysis. Do your own analysis before making any trade, because whatever the profit or loss you will make, that will be yours. So thank you friends for watching this video. And if you like it, then please subscribe our channel and hit the like button. Thank you, friends.